Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to On Loose Lines live tonight. Taylor French is watching. Tay, I don't know whether you're back in Victoria or on your way home, but well done to you and the team. Didn't get the ultimate success, but we'll say we've done an awesome job and handled yourselves so well up there, winning a heat of the Indian Dominion, fourth or fifth in the final. Actually got the fields here in front of me. But also a heat of the Oaks as well. So I think well done to you guys. Did an awesome job, fifth in the final. So well done to you, Juanita Breen, Lee McDonald, and everyone else. Everyone knows how this show works. It is random. I've got a couple of special guests coming on tonight. We've got Chris Svanosio coming on and also Michael Stanley. Now, I'm not sure. Mickey Stanley, he may have trained his 300th winner. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just got to... Yep, just check and make sure we had audio. He may have trained his 600th winner today, either that or he's on 599. And the next time he sends one around, he's having a huge run at the minute, but he's had a double today at Menangle as well. And he's up in Queensland. I think he's heading home tomorrow, so I'll catch up with Mickey probably about 6:30. So if you're Mickey Stanley fan, be about 6:30. Chris Svanosio a little bit before that. Got plenty of other stuff to do. Some really odd ones. Donna Castles, we'll say, spoke to Donna Castles last week. She had a nasty incident at Shepherd and Harness. She is okay. She's still undergoing further tests, but all in all, at the minute, she's okay, which is great. So we need to acknowledge that part there. So well done to, not well done, that's the wrong words, but yeah, nasty incident, Shep, but she is okay. I spoke to her and, yep, she's just got a couple more tests to go through. I don't think she's going to be back driving anytime soon until they can sort of hopefully work out exactly what happened and go from there. So didn't see the incident, but by all accounts was very scary, and I think a few people may have been a bit affected by it. So yeah, going from there, Toby McKinnon, Grace Jones, Mick Court, Tim Bellman, Mike Howie from Perth. Bet you the weather's even warmer over there in Perth, and going from there. So yep, some cool things. We've got a couple other cool things to highlight a little bit later on. Got to look after my sponsors, the people who look after me and make these shows possible. If you're in the Inter-Dominion, how was it? The crowd looks stunning. I've been going through the Creeks pages there. I couldn't find a Facebook page of the post of the crowd, but the crowd looks stunning. So, and by all accounts, a few people were there, said it was terrific. And you've got to remember, I don't know whether they realised it at the time or not, but there was a rugby union game on at the same time. Joey Pace, hello to you. There was a rugby union game on at the same time, and it only comes around every 12 years. They call it the Lions. I'm not sure if they have a name before it or not, but anyway, Australia take on the Lions, and basically it drew a huge crowd. It was a sellout as well. So no luck for you, Joe. No, definitely not. Hopefully you got your Woodlands hat though, mate. We'll go from there. Mick Court, hello to you. It was massive, big crowd over there. Is that I think they had over 100,000 there on the same night. So school holidays and that very, very busy time in Queensland. And well done to everyone involved with the running of it and getting that running as well. So just I'm getting a bit of feedback, so hopefully you guys aren't, but I'm just going to turn my audio much better. That's much better for my ears, so go from there. But yeah, so big crowd. Right, what you thought of the Inter-Dominion and your highlights? Too many people knocking it. If you're going to knock it, go somewhere else. Find another platform to knock it. Seriously, it was a very, very positive thing in the middle of... you forgot to get your hat. Unbelievable, Joe. Yeah, I think we need to do better as an industry. We definitely need to be better, and people wanting to come out and criticise an event that people put on just because you have a platform and you're able to use a voice, you think it's your right to be able to question the logic of putting races over long trips and that. Good luck to you. You're entitled to your opinion. Personally, the industry is having a hard time as it is. Take your opinions somewhere else, put them up somewhere else, leave it a week later, have a discussion point about it a week later, but we definitely need to do better. Certain people should know better. Don't walk in front of cameras, stay out of the way of cameras. For some reason, a couple of individuals needed to be on every photo in everywhere, but when they're trying to do an interview, Brittany's trying to do great interviews, and certain scribes just walk in front of cameras, unprofessional, should know better as well. So just a couple of little things that I had, nothing at all to do with the Creek, Queensland, the Inter-Dominion Council, anyone like that. I just believe we could do it a lot better if a few people pulled their socks up and had a crack. But that's my only gripe on what has been a fabulous 3 weeks of racing. Oh, there was one other thing, I wasn't there. So that part was a little bit of a concern too for me, but that's okay. Elizabeth McLean is watching, so I reckon what we'll do, we'll actually get Chris Svanosio on, because Chris is on his way home from the Inter-Dominion, and I believe he is perched up in Menangle at the minute. I was speaking to him a couple of hours ago, so hopefully he's all good to go. I did tell him that we would be ringing, so hopefully he's there. Actually, a better idea is hopefully this phone rings. So, are you there, Chris?
Yep.
Okay, that always happens, mate. This phone and the Bluetooth. For some reason, when I want it to work, it doesn't work. But that's okay. We've got you, and this way will definitely work. Firstly, mate, congratulations.
Thanks very much, Paul.
Childhood dream. You said you dreamed about it as being a child and being able to achieve it. Has it sunk in yet? Like you've had about an eight and a half hour drive from Albion Park down to Menangle? Has that been able to sink in, a bit of quiet time in the car?
Yeah, a little bit. It's it all happens pretty quick. There's a massive build up to the race and a lot of talk about it. So then it was quite good on Sunday morning to get up and think that he'd got the job done. We're very proud of him.
Yeah, you should be too. And I think for starters, mate, yourself and everyone up there, and the way you conducted yourself was outstanding. You weren't able to win a heat. That must have been a little bit, was that a bit frustrating for you?
Yeah, not frustrating, but he sort of drew bad both times, and both times I didn't get too worried. I just said that as long as we get a good draw for the final, I won't be too stressed. So it doesn't always work out, but that was how it worked out. So it was great. I was just happy that he was going good. I wasn't as stressed about not winning as long as he was. We thought he could win the final, and we did.
Yeah, a bit of a plan. That comes a little bit with maturity, Chris, and I've seen you, lots changed. I still remember Sparkling Success and the call, the Aldebaran Park Murray Mile. You, I think that was one of the great nights at harness racing where you were asked by Jason Bonington, can you win? And you turned around and you said yes, and you came out and won. And I think ever since then, your career's just gone on the right trajectory up. You went across to America. Unfortunately, he didn't get to go across there, but you went across to America, learnt a lot. You come back, you've been married, you've now got a child. Everything's going in the right direction, and you've got a great team of horses and a great lot of staff around you. And do you stop and pinch yourself sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. Everything means so much more, having your family and friends and supporters around you. So I do think how lucky I am. It's, it'd be great to win an Inter-Dominion, but I don't know, it's just, that was just thinking to come back to your family and that were there. Elizabeth and Estella and my mum and dad were there, and yeah, it just makes it that much more special. Like all Elizabeth and my family are both very involved, and it was just it makes everything that much sweeter.
Yeah, it would indeed. I'm going to actually flick to that photo, Snooze, with you with Estella, Elizabeth behind, and even Claire Payne's been a great supporter of yours in that photo. But I love what the Creek did. They've been able to almost capture all the kids, if you like, that were there. And I'm going to catch up with Mick Stanley, whose daughter's a little bit older than Stell, was able to win the pony trots there. But I think it's an awesome sport we have, and sometimes we probably undersell it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think like you have Mick on and you ask him what was the highlight of the night, and I'm tipping the pony trot would have been the highlight of the night on a night where he trained an Oaks winner. So it'd be very special to have your daughter there competing on Inter-Dominion night, and I was very lucky to have him. Yeah, a lot of my family there around me. It was terrific.
I've known Dad for a long time. Probably too long for either of us to want to remember how long I've actually known him. You could see he was still busy behind the scenes, making sure Ray was okay after the race, but it must have meant a lot to him because he's a proud harness racing person. But for you to achieve, the highest accolade, if you like. I think for anyone in this industry around our generation, Chris, and you're a lot younger than me, but the Inter-Dominion was, when we were growing up, was the race to win, and Dad just looked so proud. It must have been great for him to be there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Dad's been just loves harness racing, and he's been working horses and been involved for a long, long time, and he's been involved with some great horses, but put a lot into the sport, helped a lot of people. He's on the committee at Bendigo for such a long time and done so many jobs around the sports, and just used to talk about it all the time, probably when I was a kid, talk about the Inter-Dominion and the great horses that they've been. So that's probably where a lot of my love for the game came from. So for him to have a horse like Arcee Pheonix that he's a part owner of, which that wouldn't be the most enjoyable part for him, is the work he gets to do around. He's at the stables every morning, beats us all there, and he's getting on, Pete, but he still drives fast work on Arcee Pheonix. He drives Aldebaran and Crux in a fast work, so he just really loves it, and I'm sure he got a massive thrill there Saturday night.
Yeah, Malcolm Wells says congratulations to you, and if anyone wants to fire him in, please do. Anyone that knows Dad, Chris, and you'll take this, I'm sure, in the right way. He doesn't mind a chat in the back of the car. I'm pretty confident I know what he's going to be talking about, probably, well, at least for the next 6 months at least. It was going to be a common story coming out of his mouth, I'd say, about Queensland, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I'd say if he got his mobile phone since the race and went through all the people that have rang him, and he's been non-stop receiving congratulations and that. So, yeah, so he came up to Redcliffe a couple of weeks ago, and he's I think all the locals know the history of harness racing in Victoria and things that happened in Bendigo 70 years ago and stuff. So he's had a great time up there at Redcliffe, getting to know everyone.
I will say he is a book of knowledge, and just random stuff about, I've learned a lot about the Knights and that over the journey because he did so much work with them. And was always the threat. I was going to sit down and do a podcast with him, but people were worried about how long it was going to go. I might have to do it, Chris, I reckon. I might have to sit down with him and maybe even just let him go, because it'll be a lot of fun, that's for sure. Your mum was there as well. It means so much, doesn't it, both sides with the family to be able to share it. It's what this industry is about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my mum's a big supporter, and Elizabeth's mum was away overseas, so I think she watched it sitting in a park in France, in Paris somewhere, so she would have got a great thrill out of it. We were all thinking of Alistair, who, he was a part owner, and he was a big part of the horse early on when we were getting him going, so it's a little bit of sadness, but he got a lot of enjoyment out of Arcee Pheonix. Alistair, he'd come to the stables in the morning and ask how big Ray was and how he worked, and he got a really lot of joy out of him racing so well. So we're glad we that he got to see him racing, but would have been great if he was there Saturday night. But yeah, it's a good memory to have the part of the success he was with the horse.
Yep, be able to enjoy it and look back and enjoy it. And I'm sure he's been he's guided you, even though he's not here now, but guided you through a lot of probably the I suppose how you've got to where you are right now.
Yeah, for sure. Just the way he conducted himself, Alistair, with people and horses, he was he was quite an amazing man, and he just loved horses, and he loved happy, healthy horses. And just got a lot of joy out of seeing horses out in the paddock there at the farm that he helped Elizabeth and the family set up. He was just really, his face would light up just to see him happy and healthy, and everyone working away there. So it was, he's definitely, I think he taught a lot of people a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I was very lucky because Marie had a great association when he started out here in Bendigo. So Marie had great access to him, and he was always there for a great chat. And they're the parts. These are the memories, and this is what you've been able to achieve, Chris, with this weekend. Dan Armstrong says congratulations, well done, Chris, and all involved. And Peter, a gentleman of harness racing. That's from Joey Pace. So some kind words there as well. It wasn't over then, though, Chris. Aldebaran crew, well done with her. The Chapter 7 mare. You've done an awesome job with this mare for Duncan McPherson, and things didn't quite go to plan. She jumped it off, unfortunately, on the second round of heats, but bounced back this weekend, winning the Pride's Easy Fee, trotting free for all $30,000, and in some pretty slashing times too.
Yeah, she was terrific on Saturday night. She was really good on the opening night of heats and actually got knocked down on the last bend the second night and didn't make the final, which was a bit disappointing for Duncan and ourselves. But it's sort of, we looked to the positive that she was probably in the right race then and gave her a good chance. It looked possibly a bit hard from the draw, but once the pace was really on, just suited her. She's such a great stayer. She's by, the best trotting stallion in the world, and she's done a massive job. She's raced every month since I've had her for about 15 months in a row. So she's just done an amazing job to just keep improving and acclimatise to Australia and, run her best race at the end of so much racing. So we're looking forward to getting her back to Aldebaran Park, and she'll have a bit of a break there and, come back later in the year.
That's an amazing stat from her. So she obviously is a great doing mare.
Yeah, she probably, it's been a big trip for her. She's definitely ready to have a bit of a break now, but yeah, it's amazing. Like we probably didn't push her too hard early. She just needed to get used to whether it was summer or winter and which way people were driving on the road and that sort of thing. So just took her a while to settle in, but she's, to do the job she's done, it's not many horses could cop it, and she'll be just a great broodmare one day for Duncan, but we're hoping with a break she can come back and have some more wins before he has to start thinking about that.
It's exciting, actually. I was talking to him today, the fact that she's going to race at least for another year. And who knows, there is a pretty nice filly, Kiang Sahara, Jillaby Ballerini. There is some nice mares up and coming, but she's right up there with all of those as well. Yeah,
obviously there's a couple of superstars that she may have to race and that sort of thing, but she just tries so hard, and she ran some terrific races against I'm Ready Jet and Kiang Zahara, and Susan is her name, and we're hoping that with a break she can come back even a little bit better again. Yeah.
Chris, it is a team effort. I actually want to, you probably can't see what I've got up here. I've just got the video up of Got Feelings, with Ross Payne winning on on Saturday night as well. I think this was just before or just after Ray got the chocolates. But what I want to do, Chris, I want to try and highlight a few things, and we're pretty quick to knock a few of the guys in this industry. Taylor Yule driving Arcee Pheonix. Now, he's jumped it off there. She looked both sides and went to the inside into the sprint lane. And I just think as an industry, we're pretty quick to knock a lot of what goes on. But the progression that Taylor's shown, like Taylor French, so many other people that have come through with you, Michelle Phillips and them, Lockie Cook's watching. I'm going to give him a wrap in a minute too. But you see so many races these days when a horse gallops at the people don't move. They seem to think that you've got every right to stay where you are. But she didn't interfere with one horse here in the closing last 300 metres of the race. And I think well done to Tay. It was awesome. Probably no good for you because Remus jumped it off when he looked like he was going to run a place. But I think just her progression's just been outstanding.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, Taylor. And, well, it is good for me because I wouldn't be upset about the horse galloping or blaming her, but I would be if she crashed into someone and scratched me cart. So she does a great job, and she's had a fair bit of pressure on her. Been put her on horses this year in some few nice races, and she's just kept getting better and better with her driving. So it's a really tough game for young people starting out. Like, you probably don't. It's easy to forget how much pressure young people they're under. They're driving and they're getting abuse on social media from punters and different things, and you obviously have more bad nights in harness racing than you do good nights, and you got to drive home after things have gone wrong. So that's the hardest part of the game, handling all the pressure. And she's doing a really good job and driving terrific for a young person on some difficult horses that I put her on sometimes.
Yeah, and she's excelling. She's a great interview. That's one thing she's really good at now, Chris. She's very articulate. She knows what she's saying, if that makes sense. I know that might sound a bit corny, but some people say things and maybe aren't able to back it up. But she actually is able to back up a lot of the stuff that she actually, that says, either if it's a pre-race interview, quite often with the guys from Victoria with those pre-race interviews, but also afterwards. And I know, I love talking to her because she gives you great insight. She's awesome that way, and I think she's an asset. We can't afford to lose her. We can't afford to lose anyone else out of this industry. So we need to give these, keep looking after these guys. But her and Ross, I think they got a winner the first night you took off, Chris, at Geelong. I think they had a Quinella at Melton straight after. They've done an awesome, was Got Feelings, and Remus Pheonix. They done an awesome job for you while you're away as well. Just keep getting winners. They had one last Thursday night. They had plenty of winners for you while you're away, mate. You must be wrapped.
Yeah, they did a terrific job. It's great to be sitting up there in the Queensland sunshine and watching the horses go so good at home. So it was really good to be able to just concentrate on the two horses that I had to worry about and not have to stress about things at home. Know that Roscoe and Taylor and everyone had everything under control back at Romsey.
Just that horse Got Feelings, Chris. He's a lovely horse. I know interviewing Ross, he won that first weekend. You'd actually headed up, and I just said, what's next for this horse? And one of the owners must have pointed out to him that he's actually technically still in the Inter-Dominion. I gather you never had any intentions of taking him once you'd left, but he's a progressive horse. I know he got it wrong in the middle there, but feet troubles are a little bit of his issue, but geez, he's a lovely horse in the making.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely has a lot of ability. He's got few issues. He was a really nice horse for Nathan Jack and Anton Galeno and early as a 3-year-old, but he lightly raced because he had a few little niggles then. So we did have him entered for the Inter-Dominion, but a few little things went wrong with him, so we got behind time. I had him possibly to get on a flight if there was a flight that week. So I thought I couldn't take him without giving him a run down here first. And there was the flights obviously weren't available. Never went ahead, so he had to stay home, but it worked out quite good. That was probably the right place for him at this stage of his career to just keep working away here down in Victoria, and hopefully we can sort him out a bit and he can keep stepping up. Yeah, no,
I think absolutely. Stacey Towers has just joined in, and she said that woohoo big race. She actually broke her in. Her and Mark broke her in, so they were. They'd be pretty chuffed about it too. And there is so many people. Mate, one thing just I noticed on the photos, no Ashley. Was Ash not there Saturday night?
Yeah, Ashley and Ruth, who bred the horse, were actually overseas. Ruth's father lives in Europe, so they were obviously disappointed not to be there, but had other things on. So it's it would have been. They would have enjoyed watching the race when it came up over in Europe. Yeah, and as you said, Stacey and Mark Lee educated the horse early on, along with Pat Ryan, and they all loved Arcee Pheonix. So we had good reports about him when he came, and they said you've got a very good horse coming here, and they were spot on.
Yeah. What is next? She actually said they didn't break him in. I got that part wrong, but Paddy Ryan did that. Just had him for a couple of preps. So she's not claiming anything she didn't do. But what is next for Race News? I quite often tease you about overseas trips, and he's been to New Zealand and that. But what is next for him?
We'll just get him home tomorrow, and he'll have a few easy weeks. We'd love to take him to New Zealand for the Dominion on New Zealand Cup Day at the start of November, but we won't lock anything in, just see how he comes through such a big trip and the time away. And we'll sit down and have a celebrate a bit when Ashley gets home. But and then talk about it, what's next, and whether he goes to New Zealand or has longer off, and we look at the races in Victoria in January. We'll work that out later, but they'd be the next possible targets.
And it is interesting, isn't it? Because it makes it very hard with the summer carnival. It's a condensed carnival. I think it's over 7 weeks. Starts off with the Aldebaran Park Murray Mile, which I know that's a race that you've got a huge soft spot for, being a Bendigo boy, but it goes right through. So does make it tricky, and I suppose that's one of the things, I would imagine, one of those things Alistair probably drilled into you about management and being ready for him. So, yeah, it's great, but it probably a little bit tricky as well for yourself. And but then you've got plenty of horses there at the minute, Chris, and they're all going good, so you never know. You still might be able to go to New Zealand and the Summer Carnival just with some different horses.
Yeah, possibly. That's a good problem to have
Yep.
a few if you've got them going good. But, yeah, Arcee Pheonix, he can't race in everything, and he's done such a great job so far. But he's done a massive job. I think it was June last year when we got him into work to prepare him for the Dominion last year. So basically, since that time, he's had a little bit of an easy week or so when he got home from New Zealand in November, and then he had a easy little bit of time after he won the Tab Trot for about 10 days. But yeah, he's been going pretty solid, so we're mindful of that, and we want to look after him, and hopefully he's got a bit of racing still to go.
Yeah, no. Oh, for the industry, we hope so, mate. I hope he's got plenty more years to go, and I'm sure you'll be managing him the right way, and plenty of people helping you there as well. Snooze, well done, mate. I think it's awesome. It's one of the races of the carnival too. Chris, your thoughts? A lot of people, and I just find it so ridiculous that they're already giving it a hard time, but of the carnival, how it worked as a horseman trying to prep horses, was it the right format? Can it be tinkered with? What were your thoughts?
Well, I thought it was fantastic. It gave, when they announced that it was going to be in July, I did race Arcee Pheonix in the last 2 Inter-Dominions because they were in December, and I felt it wouldn't be fair on him to be having that many runs in and all the travel in the hot weather. So, but when Queensland announced their format, I thought it'd give everyone from Australia and New Zealand time to, it seems a great time of the year to me to have the best horses gather. It probably fell away a bit. We're aware that Trotters into Dominion through different horses going amiss and not coming up, but that could happen any time of the year. So I'm looking forward to hopefully being back in Queensland next year in July with Arcee Pheonix and anything else that's going good enough. I think it's a great time of year to have the horses up there. We stayed at Redcliffe and were able to take them down the beach every afternoon, and I'd say it's the best time of year to be racing anywhere. So it's got, we're very happy with it.
No, and the format, like having the longest race to the last race, you didn't mind that?
Yeah, I think that's quite good. Whether I can see that the finals, if they were 2,600, is possibly would have been still good races. But apart from that, I think they had it pretty spot on. The build-up, you could leap to fame's obviously just a length ahead of the other paces at the moment. But so it wouldn't matter what format you had for the paces. Leap to Fame would beat anything. So it's, next year things could change. You don't know what horses are going to be there and come along. And if they ran the same format next year and there was a couple of horses to take Leap to Fame on, it'd just be an absolutely fantastic series. Yeah,
but we need to probably celebrate, horses like Leap to Fame as well. I think picking on a carnival and those sort of things is silly because, races, because it wouldn't matter. It was over a mile. If he drew the right draw, he was going to be hard to beat anyway. So 2,600 metres wouldn't have made a lot of difference. He's just one of those horses. And hopefully we're talking the same way about Ray next year, mate.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'd love to be back there and go back to back. It'd be fantastic.
Mate, I'll let you go. You still got a long trip home tomorrow, but beware, grab a beanie. It's pretty ordinary down here. You won't get 24. I spoke to Mick Stanley a bit earlier. He said it was 24 in Queensland still today. So you won't get that in sunny Romsey, that's for sure. But congratulations. Outstanding effort. Great effort by you and the whole team, mate. And the way you represent our industry, I think, is outstanding as well. So awesome job.
Thanks very much, Paul.
No, thank you, Chris.
See you later.
It's Chris Svanosio there. Some reason it's not going through my podcaster, but you still heard it okay, I believe, anyway. And I think it's an amazing job. Lockie Cook's watching. I'll get this one up. I want to make sure we look after these kids, and I mean that about Taylor. I think what she did there was outstanding, and I want to give Lockie a big rap. I should be getting these guys on from time to time on the show, but I just thought his drive the other night on Jillaby Nitro, whoops, that's a bit too far. They did have a few issues with the footage and that. We won't have the audio, that's for sure. But Jillaby Nitro, young Lockie, took off a long way from home and really asked his horse. He's won 2 out of his last 4. His horse has been a little bit in the wilderness, and I think it's just awesome to see a young bloke take the bull by the horns and get the jockeys. And this is a good field. A couple of these horses are iron off spots in the Eureka coming up very, very shortly. And he put them all to the sword. He was a quality Group 1 horse himself back in the day. But, well done, Lockie. I think awesome. Drove him out to the line, did nothing outlandish, but I thought that was just awesome. So congratulations, Lockie Cook. I'm going to continue to do that from time to time when we can and when the things are right and when I see them too. That's half the battle. But when we're able to see those events, I want to make sure we get those. Just got to give me 2 seconds. Button, sorry about that. I've got to do this button first. Sorry about that. Just got to change from Chris over to Mick, and we'll get his name fixed up before I give him a call. But please, your thoughts on the night and how you saw it from afar. I think so many of us weren't there, which was unfortunate. But just give me your thoughts on the night as well, and just how you saw it all unfolding. One of the other things is we need to fix up. I know we've got a new provider, but no replays up for 2 days for Melton is one of those other things we can't afford to do. We need to get more and more people in this industry watching us, and when people can't see the replays for 2 days, not on. Understand it's a new job, but that's okay. We'll just see how that one goes. This one is not working for some reason. This phone does not want to go through the podcaster. No, it's there, but it won't go through it. So we'll go this way. Hopefully we get him. Hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm going well, thank you.
That's the way, mate. I call you Mick all the time. Do you like being called Mick or Michael?
Mick is generally what most people call me, mate, so I'm happy for you to run with that.
Right, I got 3 things I want to run past you. You've got your daughter Annabella in that photo, so I couldn't get you in the Soho colours, so I do apologise for that. We've got an Oaks to talk about. We've got your daughter winning the Inter-Dominion Pony Trot. Have you trained your 600th winner today as well?
Yeah, we had 2 winners there at Menangle today, and the last one was the 600. So, a really nice milestone to tick off.
Well done, mate. That's huge.
Yeah, it's good. We never run a massive stable, but this season's probably running as good as what it ever has, and we're generally sort of like to win the big races and not about the numbers, but when those milestones do come along, it's still very rewarding all the same.
Did you watch race Soho Gloria Jane?
Yeah, we did. Yep, we bought her as a yearling and raced her. So
that's actually huge, isn't it? Because you've got Robert Watson, owner, breeder, Tribeca, and well done, mate.
He's owned and bred the winner, the stallion, and the mother. He didn't breed Gloria Jane, but he bought her. So and bred the foal. So it's quite nice.
Congratulations. It's a pretty awesome weekend that you've had, mate. These are pinch yourself sort of moments. I know you probably like Chris Svanosio and always dream about winning an Inter-Dominion, but weekends like this, they don't come around all that often.
No, they don't. And, this is what we do it for. And, anyone that's got a horse puts in a lot of time and effort, and that's why we get up in the morning. So when things come off how you want them to, it's very satisfying. And, it's good for us on the track and for the owners that put the money in. But on the personal note, just seeing how much joy it brought Annabelle to be up there, and she's had the best week up here, meeting different people and training her pony and getting it ready, and for her to win that and see the smile on her face was something I'll cherish forever.
Yeah, I just got to bear with me. Oh, actually, it's not on the creeks. I reckon the creek done an amazing job the other night, Mick, with the photos posted, and actually there's another one, Luke, with his daughter after I Keep Smiling, winning as well. But real child-friendly sort of night it actually seemed to have about it at Albion Park. Like we had Taylor French the week before with Levi, but most of the photos got so many young kids with them. That must have been pretty cool to be a part of as well.
Oh, it was amazing. They've done a great job. They were so supportive to all the Pony Trots kids, but as you say, not only that, Annabelle's become really close friends with Luke's daughter Lily, and Lily was in the pony trot also, and they supported each other. And Lily was out in the photo with Annabelle when Americano won, and then Annabelle's out in the photo with Lily when I Keep Smiling won. And that's how Luke and I started our friendship 30 odd years ago, and it's good to see that girls are doing the same, and not only those two, but they've met a lot of other kids along the way, and that's what it's all about. And it definitely grows them up a lot faster also.
It does indeed. I got the photo there. It looks like you're almost falling in the cart with her afterwards, mate. I did ask you today, were you more nervous, prior to her going out there? And you actually conceded that you were pretty edgy.
Yeah, Annabelle was really nervous, just being in a different place, and she was really happy with how she trained up. So she thought she'd go well. So she was really nervous, and so I was just sort of edgy, just hoping that she went well for her, and everything panned out. And yeah, I just gave her a big hug. I was proud of her, and Annabelle's only 12. She's already fast working the race horses and that. She's very talented and does a great job, and just to see her starting to live out what she already wants to do, which is you as a parent you always don't want them to follow in your footsteps, but when they're so passionate and love it so much, you couldn't want anything more for them.
And both your girls ride as well, like they're not just one-dimensional, and I don't mean that in any disrespect, but they are becoming all-round horse people, which is awesome. From both sides of you, like your mum and their mum, and yourself, learning all disciplines, and even dad as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, as you said, both the girls, they're both exceptional horse women. Jen has a thoroughbred license, and she's a great horse person also. She's brilliant with the horses, and the girls have followed in both their footsteps. So, Gabby's exceptional at her riding, 3-day eventing, and that. So, it's costly having horse girls, but a lot of pride at the same time.
Yeah, it is indeed. You don't have to talk to me. I can share your pain. Mate, we have been talking for 5 minutes, and I think this is one of the great things about our industry that we don't celebrate enough. You had an awesome night the other night, winning the Group 1 Queensland Oaks with Soho Americano, turning the tides on Cool and Classy. She's there behind the leader with Lukey McCarthy, mate. She's a great filly, this filly. She's awesome. I saw her in Sydney when she ran second to Cool and Classy in the Oaks there, and she's just a ripper. She has got one great asset, just tries so bloody hard.
Yeah, she's a brilliant filly, and she's been at the top of the tree with the 3-year-old fillies from the start of the season. She hasn't missed a race. And yeah, she turned the tide on Cool and Classy and from the New South Wales Oaks. But we also raced Cool and Classy in the Race Memorial, which we were able to hold her off there as well. So that's been a good little rivalry, and we're on the better side of it, which is great. But I'm sure that'll change in the coming years. They're two great fillies, and they're going to have a lot of battles in the future. But everything worked out well. We got a really nice draw. The race panned out how we were hoping it would, and as you said, she tried her heart out at the top of the straight when she got the run to the inside. I thought she looked a little bit flat, but in 100 metres she really wound into her gears and was able to get the job done. And after so many seconds in Major Oaks, it was really satisfying to actually pull one off.
Is that your first Oaks?
Yeah, I've ran 7 or 8 seconds in Major Oaks, and that was the first win. So, so it was good to get the monkey off the back.
Mate, you've had an awesome weekend. That is.
Oh, it's been brilliant. Yeah.
That is really, really cool. I won't say.
And look, I shouldn't complain about running 7 or 8 seconds in Oaks because they're still amazing, and the owners still get a good check, and it's good. But it was getting frustrating there at some point. So I won't lie about
that. She also is by American Ideal. Of course, he's the sire. One of my sponsors, of course, Woodlands. I don't shy away from that. But also the sire of Soho Tribeca. How many American Ideals have you had over the journey, Mickey? You're like, and I'm not going to say who's your best. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to work that out. But like, how many have you had?
I've probably only had a handful, but I love them. I wish he was still around. I absolutely love him. I had a little horse called American Zest who went through the free-for-all and then got sold to America. He was a great little horse. And obviously, Soho Tribeca, Soho Americano, and I've got a 3-year-old now called Sao Paulo Simba, who I think could be my next good horse. So I absolutely love American Ideal. They're such good horses to deal with, and they never let you down. So he'll be sorely missed.
Yeah, he will. Luckily for the Kiwis, they can still get there. I'll get onto that a bit later on. And I'll shamelessly say they're one of my sponsors. I don't care. I'll sponsor him. But irrelevant, he's just done an amazing job. He's a bit of a much maligned stallion. He doesn't get the kudos of Art Majors and Bettor's Delights, if you like, but his body of work's just equally as good. Mate, I saw a great post. You're busy. You got horses everywhere. I don't want to know how many horses you got in work and where they are and how they are because it's doing my head in. But you bet your Tiger Pie, 2 on the bounce. Congratulations. This horse is just going terrific.
He's flying. I think he's actually won 5 out of his last 6, and he's absolutely flying. He loves the Menangle track. He loves the racing style there. He's really fast. But now he's had 4 or 5 runs there in a row. He actually parked out for the last 1,000 there last time. He's just come on leaps and bounds. He sort of got to that grade really quickly last year, and we turned him out for 3 months and let him grow up, and it's been the best thing for him. So, and mind you, he's probably there at the right time. The Inter Dominion was on, so the free-for-alls haven't been as strong as what they have, but he's really stepped up and done a good job, and I'm sure he'll have a few more wins there for sure.
6 of 9 he's won this time in. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, unbelievable,
and I'm cheating. Don't worry about that. I've got the computer in front of me because I remember I interviewed you when he won at Melton. I was there the night he won at Melton, and you said you were going to send him to Sydney because he likes a long track and all the rest. But, it was awesome. The one thing I wanted to commend you on, though, mate, you'd had a pretty big night. I think the filly might have won as well up there. But one of your highlights was the photo of Vic Frost because you won the Club Menangle Vic Frost free-for-all. I keep going to say Memorial, and Vicky will kill me if I say that because he's actually still alive. But that was a great buzz for you, and it was legitimate, the post, because it was just a picture of him on the post that you put up.
It was a full post. It was a full post that had about 5 or 6 different photos on it, if you clicked on it. So it wasn't just that photo. But Vic Frost is a dead-set legend of our game. So I wasn't lucky enough to be on the track. I mean, I've met Vic a lot of times myself, but, for Dad, obviously owning it, Dad was there, and Dad's been working really hard with the team in Sydney while I've been away. And, Dad's going to have a photo on the wall with him and Vic Frost there with a winner, and that'll be something he cherishes. And, it's, you never forget those people of the sport, who you idolise growing up.
Nah, and that wicked smile that he's got. And, of course, he has that Union Guy tie-in. Anyone that knows Ian, he had a bit of a soft spot for Union Guy, so it means a bit more to him. But, the one thing about Dad, he always has that sort of half-cheeky little smile out the side of his face, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
Right, mate, Soho Americano, what's to go with her next? Do you spell her for a little bit now to get her ready for Victoria, or what's next?
Yeah, she'll have a week or two off and freshen up. She's actually jumping out of her skin. She's pulled up that well, but the weather's that nice up here. It helps them do that. But she'll have a couple of weeks off, and yeah, we'll take her back to Sydney and then just train her up. We haven't really made a plan. You know, we got the Vic bred and Victorian Oaks, and obviously Rob's from WA. We always take one over for the WA Oaks, so we haven't fully mapped out a plan of which way we go, but there's a lot of options for her. So probably when we get back there and sit down, we'll map out a proper plan.
What's the go with Real Deal? What do you do with him, mate? Because I know he's a horse that you did have a. Did he win? I'm going to cheat. I won't cheat quick enough. Did he win at Bathurst? Was he the colt that won at Bathurst early on?
He might have won a heat. He might have won a heat.
He's
been a nice horse.
No, he won at Menangle. He won the first.
He won it. Yeah, he won the first. He was the first Soho Tribeca winner at Menangle. His first start. Yeah. So look, he's been a nice horse. He probably lacks a bit of speed. And we saw that today. And he's sort of a competitive horse. He needs something with him to really switch on. And he got out in his front at the top of the straight and sort of laboured. And he can do that unless he has a bit of competition. So he's a really nice horse. He's going to be a good metropolitan horse. He's probably below the better ones, but you know, when the Vic bred comes around, I'm sure we'll bring him down and put him in and see how he goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Will Rixon's driving pretty good, isn't he? Big fella.
Very good driver. Very good driver. Really good guy.
Yep.
Yeah, great to talk to. Yeah, outstanding with his form. Yeah, he's got a good seat, and they run for him. It's been, it's been a really good relationship, and I'm sure going forward now we have a lot of horses racing in Sydney that's something that'll only build.
Yep, he is. He's one of the good guys of the industry. Presents like you do, like so many other people in this industry do, and it's one thing I think we can all do pretty simply. But the way some of these guys in New South Wales do, it's outstanding, and Will's definitely at the top of the pops with that. Clean, tidy, gear always clean, boots always polished. So I think that part is awesome. So, yeah. Turnbridge, first start for you, recently purchased, I gather, Mick?
Yeah, just an old owner of mine that hasn't had a horse with me for a long time actually purchased him. He wasn't dear, and we haven't had him long. He's only been there 10 days or so, but he did a really good job. I actually haven't laid eyes on him because I've been in Queensland, so Ian's can take all the credit there. He's done a great job, but yeah, he won well. Will was really happy with him. He said he felt like he was a little bit lazy through the run, but when he pulled him out, he ran through the line. So I'm sure once he has a bit more work and runs at Menangle, he may sharpen up. But he was only a cheap horse. Grantley will get out of him quite well on the way he went today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Does he keep his stable name?
I don't even know what his stable name was. As I said, I haven't laid eyes on him, so we just call him Turnbridge.
Paulie was his stable name. So I reckon he's got to keep it. Surely, for my sake.
Well, we'll start calling him Paulie for you. That's fine.
Well, as long as he keeps winning, because Jess said that, and then he wasn't winning. So yeah, the fact that he's winning is okay. I reckon he can keep it.
Yeah.
Mickey, thank you. As always, I love what you do. You're always open for a chat, which is what we need, and promote the sport. You present your horses, so well done to you. A bigger well done to Annabelle. I think that's just awesome effort, and like Dad, Mum's watching the show right now as well. Behind the scenes, it's a huge family effort you guys have. The commitment from the industry, like you said, Jen. Immediate family, cousins, sisters, the whole box and dice, mate. I think you do a great job and all present, and I think it's just terrific that you've been able to achieve it and savour that 600 wins as it is today, mate. I think that's amazing a feat as well.
Yeah, no, thanks, Paul. No, it's it's really tough. Like you get the results from that, but it is really challenging at times when you're travelling away and that. But it was great, Jen and the girls were all at Albion Park and that and there, and to share those moments and that with everyone, it's there's nothing better. It's what we do it for. So everyone works hard and hopefully it's just a start, and we've got plenty more wins to come.
Grantley Davis put a blue heart and an orange heart, so he's on board, mate. That's for sure. Well done, Grantley, today, and we need more owners. We need more people. So keep up the great work, Grantley. So it'll be all good. Mate, well done. Thanks for joining me. I enjoy chatting with you. I always get a bit nervous because I say something wrong and you pick me up on it.
No,
So
you've been super tonight. Well done.
just because I mentioned what did I call it, a dam, and it turned out it was a lake. I mean, it wasn't. Ever since I've been windy of you, I must say. So it's all good.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm out for tea, so you're holding me up. So I didn't want to prolong it any longer.
You could have said, mate. Thank you very much, and well done on all three achievements, and keep up the great work, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
It's Mick Stanley, and that's awesome. 600 winners today. So on top of that, with Annabelle taking out the Intermediate Pony Trots, and then he won a Group 1 as well. So yeah, very, very awesome for the industry, and well done, Grantley. Getting a nice quick return on your investment, and we need more people investing in this game and going from there. So yeah, pretty awesome. But please, the guests may have stopped at the minute. We might be able to get some more guests on, but if you've got a highlight, anything from there, got Jackie Gibson's been watching. We've got a few other people going on from there. Jackie's watching. Now, this is one. Right, let's go with this one for a start. We'll go with this picture here. Now, this is obviously Louise is actually Arcee Pheonix's name. I love to find out these horses' names. But, of course, you've got Lukey and Jackie there front and centre. But have a look at Mum hanging on to the reins. And I did ask, and yes, she has been in the sulky before, so she knows exactly what she's doing. I reckon that is just a stunning and awesome photo captured by the guys at the creek. I said about the kids and everything like that, but just to be able to capture Mum holding the reins there on, probably the best mare we've got in Australia at the minute. Her run was phenomenal, 49.9, second, or was actually the fastest. I think she's the fastest mare now ever to go around Albion Park. Someone might be able to correct me on that if I'm wrong, but yeah, so she did an awesome job going there, and I think that picture is great. But this one here, this is something to behold. So for Nutrien, great supporters and sponsors of Campbell's. Comments, of course, they will be selling at Warwick Farm, the March the 8th, so the second Sunday in March. They will be selling there. And the reason I've got the black colt there in the corner and I keep smiling in the side is because a really, really unique opportunity. This mare is going to be keeping racing for another year, so she might front up over that carnival. She might even race in the Chariots Night as well. And one of her progeny will go through under the hammer. And that's him there, the black colt by Bettor's Delight, same sire as so many champions in Leap to Fame, to say the least. Black one goes okay as Lazarus. But there's so many other Bettor's Delight horses. There's a little black fella in New Zealand at the minute called Marketplace that goes outstanding. So huge opportunity. So make sure you pencil everything in and get everything ready. So you're at the Nutrien sale March 8th in Sydney. Won't only actually to be for that horse there. Of course, Jackie sold the top-selling filly last year at the sales, which was related to their 280,000, an Australian record. For a mare to be sold as well. So huge opportunity for people, and just make sure you clear the dates and don't go there. Go to nutrientstandardbred.com.au. I do have the sale dates. What we'll do is I think if I do it this way, no, I can't do it that way. We'll go like this and we'll scroll it quickly through. You can see the dates here. Got a few Tasmanians on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. Sunshine Stars on the 22nd of February. Sydney on the 8th of March, as I said there. 22nd of March for Bathurst, and Melbourne on the 12th of April. Go to nutrientstandardbreds.com.au for more information and be able to contact those guys there as well. But going to be plenty of interest there in that sale. That's only one to get things started. So, yeah, make sure you go from there. Supporters of Campbell's comments, as always, the guys from Brecon Farms, they had a magic night the other night. They were in second in the Inter-Dominion with Bet and Win. And Ribera was able to take out the Group 1 Queensland Oaks, beating Hesitate on his back. Adam Sanderson was a terrific drive as well, be able to get there. And, of course, Brecon Farms continuing to be world-renowned breeders here in Australia and New Zealand, will continue to do it. And Ribera just showing the way that the team at Brecon Farms do it. Contact the team at brecconfarms.co.nz for more information there as well, and you'll be able to get in touch with those guys there. James Herbertson, didn't mention that, the Australian Drivers' Championship, so congratulations, Jimmy. Well done for that one there. Just making sure, so I've ticked off most of the ones I've got to do there. Aldebaran Eagle for Duncan McPherson, 100 foals. He's had 48 starters, 33 individual winners and an average of 35,710. Eagle went 152-2. He's a son of Muscle Hill, and he is exclusive to the guys in New Zealand. Contact the team at aldebaranpark.com for more information. Information is there, or Andrew Fitzgerald on 027 367 8264 to get involved. $3,450 continues to leave winners. I forgot her name. I actually did the video this morning and forgot her name already. It's a Kiang, but anyway, that's okay, and driven by Taylor, but Taylor Yule, but went terrific. Another winner for Chris Svanosio, actually, so he's had a very, very good weekend as well. We also have the service fees for my great friends at Woodland Stud. I said there before about Betters Delight. Early bird specials do apply. 27,500 down by the seaside, 8,800. Laver up 4-4, Speeding Spur 1-1, and Sweet Lou, but I believe is potentially booked out. And I'd watch Woodland's winners tomorrow when you realise how many he has. Of course, I Keep Smiling is just one, to say the least, and go from there. I tell people all the time about these animals that I have around here. I'm going to get electrocuted the way this is going, actually. So, and for my New Zealand viewers, the service fees are there. And of course, we mentioned American Ideal with Mick Stanley there before. It's still available in New Zealand. Frozen semen only, payable on live file at $9,000, all plus GST. Get in touch with Cameron there on +64 if you're here in Australia. I think it's O. Just change that to an 022 096 1897 or cameron@woodlandstud.co.nz for more information on that as well. And I can't say thank you enough to any of my sponsors. NZB, entries are still open. Don't close till next Friday for the nominations, so make sure you get in touch with that. We might try and do something with the New Zealanders. Going to catch up with Brad Reed in the next few days for the Breeders' Seminar that is coming up there. I'm going to catch up with Jackie Gibson about the year that she's had so far, off the back of I Keep Smiling. Louise, I like Louise better. I think it's a cool name. Oh, Jamie Egan, very, very sorry. Jamie put a comment on my post there before, and I haven't read it out, and I apologise for that. Jamie, great support. I didn't see him at Bendigo the other night. He did have a runner, so I didn't come back down to the horse area. Chris is an absolute star of our game, so well spoken. He is a fantastic role model for our sport. Huge congratulations. Very well said, Jamie, and you're spot on. And he is a role model. Presentation, way they do things. There's no mistake why these guys have such great wins. Not much comments on the thoughts on the Inter-Dominion and your highlights, but I think, a horse like Leap to Fame, he's just outstanding. What he's able to achieve, it's just ridiculous. So Norman McCormick's watching, Mick Blackmore, Brookie Hammond, Philip Wood, Jeff Peters. So plenty of people watching there. Sue Vella, hello to you, Sue. I do know who Sue Vella is, actually. Pete Ramirio, Lockie Cook, as I said there before. Lockie done an awesome job the other day as well. But, a few little things. We've got some positivity coming out for harness racing soon. Just got to wait for a couple of boxes to be ticked, but we'll be hopefully be able to get out a few things in the near future, which will be great for everyone. Winter's almost over. 2 more weeks. I'll be in Ireland, heading across there for the Vincent Delaney Memorial. If you want to keep up to date and want to know anything that is going on, you can go to the Facebook page because it's actually really cool. They have similar breeding to us. They, of course, own Foreclosure. They have Sweet Lou service fees over there as well. Highlight for me was seeing Max Delight have a great race in the final. The Evergreen, well done, Helen Windsor. You're spot on. Great for Akey too, and Will Rickson. So, yeah, he handled himself terrific again. Beautiful old horse, and typical of Akey's horses, just presented so well in himself. So, yeah. So if you go to this page here, I don't need those ones there. I've just got a few people commenting on it. Not that it makes any difference. It won't worry me too much. I'm not sure. It might be on the wrong screen. Just bear with me for a minute. No, we're there. So you go just on Facebook, Vincent Delaney Memorial Race Weekend, and you'll be able to keep up to date. They do some really cool things. They do it on a budget. I will say you're going to see a lot of how they do it over there, because I think our industry over here, they don't rely on TAB turnover. They don't have TAB turnover, so they have so many other things. These are the power rankings for the fillies, Aerodome. The Aero horses are probably the best bred horses over there in Ireland. Aeroplane won last year. I believe Aerodone is the hardest filly to beat, but in the Colts division, it's not quite as easy. Sweet Par by Sweet Lou is a horse, but these are only the rankings. These horses will all be stepping out coming forward. It's a great weekend. I'm looking forward to being across there. They're the stables, are they? Must be. Tia Prince, the stables have gone in, so yep, go across for there to Tia Prince and go from there. And if you want to, that's a throwback in time. That's not current, so yep. But if you want to keep up to date with it, keep up to date with Campbell's comments. As of pretty much the 4th of August, I'll be across there, 3rd or 4th. I don't know how the time frame's going to work. Mark Hughes has teased me that we're going to try and do a live. We're just not sure exactly how it's going to work, that part, and go from there. So plenty of other news happening in the industry. They tell me the Eureka's going to Queensland is one of the hot topics the other night, that it will be up there. The Proto Star is going to double in prize money. So things are going the right way for everyone in Queensland. There are a couple of little teasers that I've been told, and a few other things going forward. But there is some positivity coming out of Victoria, so we need to make sure we get these things out and into the public soon, so we can get more and more people into this great sport, more and more families into this great sport. I think it's exactly what we need. Malcolm Little, hello to you, and thank you for the red heart. I'm presuming that means you like what I'm doing. Helen, Brisbane ID 2025 was really well organised. If you get to city early, the city has a special open house that weekend. That weekend provides attendees options to see museums, galleries, etc. So exactly, catering for everyone, and that's what we want to do. And I thought the crowd was outstanding. Looking at it, it's just Darren's watching, mate. Get some drone footage and throw the photo up to silence the knockers and go from there. But yeah, awesome. All right, that's it. Don't have too much else. Pat Driscoll, harassed the trotters. We'll be catching up with Pat later in the week about his stay-in announcements, but they are coming out now. Go to yabbydamfarms.com.au or go to Facebook, go to Yabby Dam Farms, and you'll be able to keep up to date with all the stay-in announcements. I'm not sure who was announced today. We'll just see from there. We'll try and scroll it up. Used to Me is going to stand in Queensland this season. So let's just go to that one there. So Used to Me will be standing in Queensland, $1,500, chilled semen, Group 1 performers. There is also standing alongside Always Ready. So for the Queensland viewers, there's 2 new stay-ins, trotting stay-ins for you to be able to get fresh semen. They will then, of course, be Q-bred eligible. Bonus prize money and breeding incentives. Contact Louise at harassedtrotters.com.au, but you continue to go through. There's Always Ready. Of course, he's standing in Queensland. All cashed up will be standing in New Zealand, as well with on the street, both with Way Air Farms. So you can catch Daryl and those guys. Glenn West, hello to you. Classic Connection and EL Titan, and one more that will be announced very, very shortly, standing here in Victoria. So, make sure you keep in touch with the team there at Harassed Trotters. But as I said, a little bit of a branding. They're going to start moving to, you'll see it there, the Yabby Dam Farms is going to be the main focus there. So if you start following, if you want to follow a page, click on Yabby Dam Farms to follow that page there as well. So very good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I will be back next week, I believe, at the minute. Anyway, we'll be back. The week after, we definitely won't be. We'll have a couple of weeks away. But, we will be back for On Loose Lines next week. Try and get some more guests on. Keep trying to change it up. Going to highlight some of the, I suppose, lesser-known things that people see. Won't always be winning either. It'll be certain things that happen. Try and make sure we get the message out there for this industry and some of the other people. But, thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate my sponsors. I appreciate the people that put input. Hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button as well. I really do appreciate it. It makes it makes me worthwhile, keeps me going, because people want to be a part of Campbell's Comments. If you want to be a part of Campbell's Comments, get in touch with us too. admin@campbellscomments.com. Email us there. You'll be able to get in touch with us. Thank you. And we will see you all next week for On Loose Lines Live. I really do appreciate it.